last night, my gay bestie asked me if I had ever had a thought about pegging him. And I was like, no, that has quite literally never crossed my mind. Like, what? And he's like, well, if you ever change your mind, the door is always open, the back door. We'll never let him live this down. Like, he is so embarrassed this morning. We went out for drinks, okay? And we hadn't seen each other in a while. We're just catching up. And he is with this new man. And he told me that, like, their intimacy is already, like, going out the window. And I'm like, first of all, that's not really a good sign. And he's like, that's just how it is. He's like, every relationship I get into, like, for the first, like, month or two, everything's great. And then after that, it's like, I lose interest in that department. And I'm like, well, maybe you need to spice things up a little bit. And I was like, me and my man, like, we get these spicy cubes, and then every time that we, like, go out, like, even if we're just running errands or, like, whatever, we'll just, like, randomly, like, I'll pull them out of my purse and we'll take them, and then we'll see who caves first. And then by the time that they're kicking in, we're, like, rushing home to each other, like, barely can keep our clothes on in the car, like, kind of type thing. And he's like, okay, like, tell me more. And I'm like, actually, I'll do you one better, because I had just gotten a fresh box, always keep them in my purse. I pull 2 out, and I'm like, here, why don't you take these with, like, you and your man later tonight, try them out. Literally takes them from me and immediately takes both. And I was like, sir, you have 30 minutes. And he's like, what do you mean 30 minutes? He's like, these aren't gonna do anything, just watch. And I'm like, okay, like, you see about that. So we're just chatting, and I honestly forgot, like, about that whole situation. And we are, like, a couple drinks in and stuff, and we're just talking. And all of a sudden he's like, have you ever thought about pegging me? And I was like, no. And this is, like, the moment that, like, it started to dawn on me. I was like, okay, those cubes are kicking in for this man, and he needs to chill. So I was like, I think that it's time for you to go home to your man now. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, you know, the back door is always open. I'm like, stop. Do you hear yourself right now? Like, I am a woman. You are not interested in me. You don't want me doing that. And he's like, I'm just saying, the offer's there. And I'm like, get in your Uber and go. I had to, like, push him out the door and, like, send him home to his man. And then in the morning he texts me, he's like, I am so embarrassed, let's pretend that never happened. And I'm like, no, I'm never letting you live that down, because what did you say to me?